Please read the disclaimer. Holy smokies, it ain't no joke. Breaking news. XRP holders, the Fed made its decision and the market is a little bit confused. Soon the Fed chairman is going to speak and we'll know a little bit more what he plans for the markets. But we'll talk also about a new XRP ETF. We'll talk about suddenly how a lot of XRP has been going off exchanges. What could that potentially mean? All I ask from you is that you give me a beautiful smile to send out those good vibes. Smash that like button. Let's try to get 1,000 likes on this video for XRP. Let's get into it. So the big news, of course, Fed cuts rates by 25 basis points, right, as expected. Right now, the probability of a reduction, which is what I'm interested, because you know how the markets, they react to the now, but they also react to the future. What I am interested in right now is what the Fed is going to do next month on 26th of January. So right now, the reduction of another another quarter of a percentage is 72.7%, and a half percentage is at 27.3. So interestingly, the probability for no reduction the previous month is now at 0. Wait a second. No. I was a little bit confused. I think that right now, right, we reduced to, it didn't update yet, right? I think we are already at 375. I have to look at these numbers once again. If I remember correctly, I think that this was the probability of no reduction, right? We looked at it this morning, right? And this is the probability for a 25 basis points reduction next month. If we go to what the Fed decision said, it said Fed cuts rates by 25 basis points in third rate cut of 2025. Fed will consider exited and timing of additional adjustments. Fed will be purchasing US Treasury bills on December 12th. So that's already starting to happen. Fed will buy 40 billion of US Treasury bills in 30 days. FOMC members Schmid and Goldsby dissent in favor of no change. Dissonant? No. Dissent, I think. What does that mean, right? Sometimes, I don't know words. Dissent means to disagree or withhold approval from prevailing opinion. English is my second language, by the way, so sometimes I don't know some words. Fed signals rate cuts may be done for now, right? Fed Chair Powell may be halting rate cuts again. And this 6 is the one, right, that shifted the probabilities from 63.5 to 72.7. It also was the factor that made the market pop in the first minute, right? Oh, yes, reduction. But then they started reading the Fed decision, the Fed summary, right? And it started coming down. And then it came back up again. Now he's speaking in about 4 minutes at 9:30 my time. So that's, I think, 2:30 US time. He's going to start speaking. And then we'll be a little bit more smarter on what is going to happen in the next meeting, right? They'll ask him questions, they'll give us statements, and then we'll know a little bit better what is going to potentially happen. I don't know how the market is going to react. As always, these are just my analysis, my opinions, what I am seeing on the market. Of course, this video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Very, very important. We'll see how the market reacts. I'm going to make this video and then I'm going to wait a little bit. We'll see how the market reacts to the Fed speech, and then we'll have a part 2. So if part 2 is already out, I'm going to link it at the end of this video. If not, right, if it's not out yet, so wait patiently, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications so you get a notification when the new video drops. And then you'll know what happened in the speech, and we'll talk a little about it, and we'll analyze it also. Okay, so if you're interested in that, we'll make a part 2. I don't want this to be too long. I didn't want to wait. I wanted to get it out a little bit faster, so you know what's happening, what's happening with the Fed decision, what's happening with the market. But you can see very, very spiky. Also Bitcoin up and down, up and down, up and down. Also the stock market up, down, up, and now it's coming back down again. So we'll see how the markets react to this decision. Now on a little bit of a different flavor, we got 21 shares going to launch their own XRP ETF. So another one, right? Like DJ Khaled says, we got another XRP ETF. So the more the merrier. Does that mean that it will affect the price of XRP? Again, short term, we know that it hasn't affected the price just yet. We know that a lot of the XRP that is getting purchased is coming from the OTC off market, and so it hasn't been affecting the price. I warn about this, that also this similar thing happened with Ethereum. It hasn't benefited Solana yet that they have ETFs, HBAR, Litecoin. We haven't seen the prices go bananas. Bitcoin, again, was its own unique situation. It was the first. There was a lot of hype. The prices were a lot lower, when they came out. There was a lot more people that were standing in line to buy that, that asset than other assets. So I think we need to give it time. It took Ethereum a while, and people were already declaring it to be a failure, but it came around and went on that nice recovery. This is also interesting. 1.3 billion XRP gone from exchanges in 1 month. We've been talking about this, how on Binance and Coinbase, XRP reserves are falling from 7.03 billion on November 10th to 5.7 billion on December 10th, a massive 1.32 billion decline. So this is interesting. And someone said here, someone's either cooking something big or, leaving the party. 1.3 billion leaving exchanges in a month is a major supply squeeze signal, liquidity thinning fast. This is a question. We don't know if this is actually what's happening. That's just the opinions of those commenters. But what we do know is that when exchanges see a dip in the asset, it could mean two things. One, people really don't want the asset anymore. They're swapping it out for USDT or a stable coin. And then the exchange, they don't need to hold the reserve and they sell it off, right? Another possibility, again, is the more bullish possibility that these assets are getting scooped up, right? From the ETFs or from big whales, and they're being removed from the exchanges. And that's why we're seeing the number go down so much. Another possibility is that there's no new purchasing, but it's big whales that are removing the asset from the exchange just to self-custody if there's some turmoil or something like that. And also many big whales, if they don't want to relieve themselves from the asset, they will remove the asset from the exchange. So that is a possibility as well. We don't know what it is because we don't know who's doing this removal. If we knew everything and who it was or where it's coming from, then we'd be a little bit more, up to date on why it's happening. But for now, we see this, and I'm going to be positive and say this is a good thing. Could it be a bad thing? Yes, maybe. But long term, I think this is a good signal, and we'll have to wait out and see potentially what will happen. I'm not going to talk too much about the price action of XRP because, again, the Fed is starting to talk right now, and he might say some stuff and suddenly we go down significantly. Or when the meeting comes or finishes, maybe we pop significantly. We've seen all these types of scenarios play out. So in the past, I've seen many YouTubers that as soon as we got like good news on the decision, they came out with a video and made all kinds of declarations. And then the Fed spoke and it went the other way. So we'll analyze it. We'll have a part 2. So make sure to watch out for that. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, check out the links in the description down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in part 2.